Hey, welcome back to the channel. Many of you know that I am a knife collector, and so I'm not just picking knives up to use, and sometimes I have no purpose for a knife other than knife collecting. On the table there's 5 knives. They're very different, and so I'm just gonna tell you why I bought them. Picked up these knives at different times over the years, and they're all special to me in different ways, and so I'll talk about that in the video, as well as look at these really cool knives. I hope to see you in the video. What are you guys doing? Scratchy squirrel. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Peace out.
Oh, naked man. Hi.
Hey, welcome back to the Fortified Castle. Hi to all my viewers. Don't forget we have a okay, sorry about that. I couldn't remember the name of the video. I have a giveaway going on. We're going to do that Friday, and do a giveaway video, and that all you have to do is make a comment in a video I made 2 days ago called Compared to What. So look that video up and make a comment on it, and it's going to be a random selection. So yeah, make sure you do that. And let's see, we're going to talk about these knives. Before I do, I just want to thank everybody. I'm feeling thankful today. I appreciate so much. I've been reading comments, and people are just fantastic. Knife people are fantastic, and I just enjoy so much reading your comments, and appreciate it. It motivates you, makes you want to do what you do. And I just encourage you, if you like knife videos, you don't have to do it all the time, but every now and then, like a video, or comment on the video. Better yet, subscribe to it. It's going to help the content provider, whoever that may be, to be successful and keep going. And I'll tell you, in this industry, this genre, guys make videos for about a couple years and then they stop doing it. So yeah, support your local content provider, and I appreciate all you that support me. So let's look at these knives. All right, so let's look at this one. This is a Granddaddy Barlow, 5 inches, I believe. Sometimes they're not 5 inches, sometimes they're a little over. That's kind of yeah, this one's a little less. Let's see. I'm looking through the camera. Yeah, it's 4 7/8. So we're always saying they're 5 inches, but sometimes they're a little less. Look at the character on this thing. And really cool RCC, that's Robeson Cutlery Company logo on the bolster. That's really cool. This was at one time, what do they call it? I lost my train of thought. I'll get back to it. Anyhow, not smooth bone. And just a really cool knife. It's in horrible condition. Why would you buy this? Because I like that character. Look at, somebody has used this knife for a hammer. I mean, almost everywhere on the knife you can see dings in it where somebody's just, hey, it makes a good hammer too. And this knife, listen to the walk and talk. I mean, it's, ow. It's got good walk and talk on this knife. Look at that. And still a bruiser after all these years. Knife was made between 1920 and 1939. And just, man, fantastic piece of history. That's why I bought that one. Let's see. So next up is this Remington trapper, and so standard trapper rather. So it's 4 1/8 inches You can see the Remington logo here. This is not an original Remington, and it's kind of obvious why I bought it. It's just a beautiful stag. I love stag. Look at the character on that stag. And I really like when there's a spot here where you can get some nice polished bone and look at the veins maybe or lines that are in the stag. And just a really nice hunk of stag on here. So the other reason I bought this is this Remington, I believe, was produced by Bear & Son. And so I collect Remingtons. I have original Remingtons. And then I have Remingtons from when they first started making them in 1982. And Camillus had the contract for Remington. And then Camillus went out of business in 2007. And Remington went to Bear & Son to produce their knives. So this is not the finest example of a knife. It looks pretty good, but there's a lot of gaps in there, and the bone is not finished real well. You can tell when somebody finishes the bone really good. But, overall, it's a good knife, and really the reason I bought this knife was I just wanted an example from Bear & Son of a Remington knife. So I have a GEC example, I have a Camillus example, a Queen, and yeah. So, I like just having that kind of history that goes along with the knife. So this knife here is an Elk Ridge. You can see it right there. I had been collecting a couple years, maybe 4 years, when I'm collecting all these knives and reading about them, researching them, and I realized I didn't have a gas station knife. So gas station knives are supposed to be some of the cheapest made because people just pay a few dollars for them, and they fill a need on a temporary basis. And so I was in a gas station buying a couple knives. I bought another one other than this, and the reason I bought this knife is it's a bow trapper, and so it's a true trapper. You have the spade blade here, or a skinning blade at least. This kind of looks like a spade blade, but it's really just a skinning blade. But I'm a pattern collector. At this point in time, I didn't have a bow trapper, and so I was just collecting the pattern on this, but I was also curious. And in this inexpensive knife, it was around $12. Really, would hold up well. You could really use this every day, and I have used it. I just don't use it very much. But really cool. Look at the relief work on this bolster. I mean, it's really, really good relief work. And overall, there's just not, it's not the finest knife made. You have some gap in here, but wood's going to shrink anyhow. You have this burl wood. Looks pretty cool. I love burl wood, but the other side's a different color. That's not really high quality. But overall, this knife would get you by for a while. So that's the reason I bought it, though. It was a bow trapper. So a lot of times I buy a knife for different reasons, and this knife is case in point. So this is a rather large opposite end knife, meaning that you have a blade on each end. That's the definition of a penknife. But this knife is kind of marginal, right? You could say this is a penknife. It is fairly light. You could put it in your top pocket, but it really probably too heavy and too big to be called a penknife, and so we call those opposite end knives. But I primarily bought this for this horn. I was in a phase where I was trying to collect knives that had horn scales. And just a beautiful example. This is a really old knife. And also, it's an English knife. And so it was made by Humphreys. You can see that up at the top. His trademark was Radiant. And then I think on the other side, maybe it's the other blade. Yeah, that's his symbol. Radiant with a lamp shining. And just a fantastic piece of history. This is an old knife. Probably would date between 1890 and 1940. I think it's probably around the turn of the century that this knife was made, and it's huge. It's let's just measure it here. It is 4 inches long. 4 inches long, and the biggest opposite end knife equal end I had prior to that was this Robeson. It's an office knife, and it's 3 7/8 inches, which is huge for an office knife. So most of your equal end knives, like this Senator right here, have two blades opposite end, but they're small. This is 3 1/4, and when they're large, they're usually only this size right here, 3 1/2 inches, and you could just see how this thing dwarfs the average type opposite end knife. Now, there's other kinds of opposite ends, like a moose pattern, which could be exactly this size. I think I have some mooses that are exactly this size, but they're much bigger, much heavier, much more robust blades, and they were made for hunting. So this is not a knife that was made for hunting. It's kind of a gentleman's knife, quite large and very unusual, and that's why I bought it. Next up is this small, I'm thinking this is 3 1/4 inches. Let's see, it's actually smaller than that. It's about 3 inches, a little 3 inch lockback. I like little small lockbacks for some reason. They're just cool. I did a video on them a while back, and a lot of people said they like them too. But this is a Santa Fe, let's see, get that in here. Santa Fe Stoneworks. Come on, lock in. You can see right there. I don't think that's, I don't know. Either my eyes are out of focus or the camera is. But anyhow, Santa Fe Stoneworks, and they're a company that takes knives and customizes them, basically. So they take the knife completely apart. This is, I'm not really sure what the stock is on this knife, but they refinish it. You can see perfect, no gaps in this knife, which is unusual for a lockback. Pretty narrow, not the best, but pretty narrow gap right here where the release for the blade is. Really fantastic job on this knife, and the covers are genuine stone, and you have nickel silver separators, and then this is brontosaurus bone. And how cool is that? And so I have another one of these. My wife bought it for me, and it's a mastodon woolly mammoth bone, and it's just gorgeous. And I had an opportunity to get this, and I wanted to get another one, but I wanted to get dinosaur bone, and you can see it just really fantastic. And this dinosaur bone will take on the color of the minerals around it. It's a fossil, and so they'll be brown, red, they can be black, they could even be green, but just really good looking. I'd like to get one that has the whole handle in dinosaur bone. That would be really cool. But yeah, so that's why I got this dinosaur bone. And these knives are really, really well made. They take these things apart, finish them all. Very smooth action. You can hear good lockup. Just they take a knife, they make it a little better. You need to check out Stoneworks if you never have. So yeah, that's why I bought that knife. All right, lastly is this Almar knife, and it is a tactical knife in every sense of the word. It's very robust. This is one of the knives that I've used quite a bit, and it is just fantastic. I really need to clean. There's gunk on here. I need to clean it up. You can see it right there before it spots the blades. But let's see if we get tang stamp. Come on. Come on. Oh my goodness. There it is. Almar knives. So this is an anniversary knife that Almar put out, and this is a special shield they put on it. This is real gold plated. But this knife was made in China, and I'm okay with that. They're not very expensive, but I was curious, one, about how whether the China-made knives would live up to the legacy of Almar. He was a custom knife maker who started producing knives around the 90s, and he produced them in Japan. And today, to get the original Almar knives, this is an Almar 2020. To get these original Almar knives from Japan is very costly. They're $500 and up. And so this is like a $40 knife. And I just wanted to experience, the design. And very, very good knife. Comfortable. You can see you got a good guard there. And it was designed, Almar produced his first knives for the Rangers, I believe. And they weren't issued to Rangers, but they were made available to Rangers. And very robust. It was, I think it was a 2000, if I'm not mistaken, the Almar 2000 that was provided to the Rangers. But yeah, just a great knife, man. If you just want a good beater to take out hunting or to work, yeah, these are really good knives. Yeah, that's the reason I got this, just to have an example of his work and designs. And really, really good design. Not a real looker, but yeah, definitely a tough little knife. So thanks for watching the channel. Once again, I really appreciate y'all. Picked this bark up. I was collecting some wood to use for knife scales and beads and things like that. And doesn't this just look fantastic? This is the bark, obviously, off one of the pieces of wood I picked up. But look how thick this is. So that's 1/2 inch, and this is 3/8. Just really, really thick bark on this tree, the old tree that I got this wood from. And of course it was a fell tree. I didn't chop it down just to get some wood. So yeah, isn't that cool looking? Just decided to make a good backdrop. All right, thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.